Hello, welcome back to the VTOL VR Definitive Campaign Guide. We're going to be finishing up the quick flight missions for the AH-94 Dragonfly. Finishing up, we're going to be getting into the last available quick flight mission for the last available mission in general for the AH-94 Dragonfly, Arctic Assault. So yes, I've already recorded this. I decided to re-record it because I missed my original recording was a little sloppy, and I missed a few things, so I'm just gonna re-record it. And yeah, let's go. Arctic Assault. Scout targets for artillery and destroy anything that remains. We're in the final stages of the assault on the enemy base. We have the enemy right where we want them, a small valley within range of our artillery. We'll begin firing rocket artillery and need you to scout out the enemy position to confirm their destruction. Your job will be to clean up any targets that remain after the artillery barrage. Once the main enemy battalion has been destroyed, we'll have you scout out and destroy a few other secondary targets to support our ground forces and clear the way for our bombers. Your role is crucial in this final push towards victory. Good luck. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so I already have my loadout set up because, you know, I just played this mission, but yeah. Here, I already have my loadout set up for this mission. So I removed the AGM M92 Stingers, and I've put the radar back on after the last mission. We have the radar back on, and we've taken off the Stingers because we don't need them. So I've equipped the M230 chain gun, the 30mm chain gun instead of the GAU-94 20mm ray cannon. That's because this mission has quite a few armored targets, and the chain gun will probably work, and the chain gun will just work better against the armored targets. So yeah. Then we have 2 racks of AGM-145 ballistas, which will be great for this mission. And we have a whole bunch of rockets. We have a total of 114 Hydra 70 rockets. You can see that is a lot of rockets. And we're gonna be using a lot of rockets. So yeah. This loadout is gonna make us quite heavy, but honestly, it's fine. Full load of fuel. And we've selected the Arctic camo. So one thing I didn't mention before is that the AH-94 quick flight missions the AH-94 when it was first released was used as a test bed for livery selection and custom liveries in general. So when the AH-94 first came out, because you know liveries for other aircraft were not available, they were only available for the AH-94. And you couldn't select your livery. Each mission basically it had a fixed livery that was set for the AH-94. So for example, the small arms mission would automatically set you with the forest camo. The surprise attack mission would give you the desert camo, and this mission would give you the Arctic camo. So yeah. And then after that, Baja released the livery update, which allowed every aircraft to have custom liveries. And so now we gotta set the liveries manually. Yeah. But anyways, let's get out there.
It's a bit of a cold morning today, but we warmed up the engines for you. Get your wheels up as soon as you're ready. Artillery's gonna start lighting up soon.
Roger that. Alright, so our engine's already started, and when ready, we can just get out there. Let's make sure to set our waypoint in the objectives panel. And let's just get going. Just gonna verify my spectator cam. That should be good. Alright, let's go. Let's get it going. We're gonna be rising up a little slow because I said we are kind of heavy, but that's fine. And let's get out there. All right, gear up. The rocket artillery is already opening up, so they should be well pounded by the time we get there. And then we just gotta observe the effects of the artillery. Woo! Hell yeah! Nice to have allies helping us in an AH-94 mission, because in the previous two missions we were basically just completely on our own. Oops, just gotta trim out. Trim. You can see over there. There's artillery rounds landing. Those are the basic enemy counter artillery. They're trying to like fire artillery back at us, but their rounds are falling well short. Let's get our sensors up. Radar and TAD's online. We're detecting a radar contact down there.
The waypoint marks the enemy position. Our rocket artillery's been laying down fire, so we need you to scout it out and check the damage. If you find any live targets, we'll send another volley and you can clean up anything that's left.
Roger. You can see over there, there's Allied infantry. There's Allied infantry and tanks engaging this bunker over here. So we're gonna be flying over them, and we can watch. Nails on Mad 4s. Nails on some Mad 4s. Watch out for those Mad 4s. They're in that mountain pass over there. So make sure you use terrain for cover to avoid those Mad 4s. We're gonna dive down a bit. All right, we're clear. Don't worry, guys. Just use terrain for cover. We should be fine. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's too low. Yeah, don't worry about the Mad 4s. You can just like use terrain for cover. Alright, we just gotta get over this, and usually the bunker is like dead by now. Usually that bunker is dead by now, but man, they're taking a real long time to kill that bunker. Because normally by the time you pass over it, they usually have destroyed the bunker. Oh well. Anyways, we're gonna be peeking over this ridge, and then we will spot enemy positions. Judging by the artillery fire that's still flying up, they're not dead yet. that's fine. Yep, I see him.
It looks like we need to keep hammering. Sending another fire order.
Tally on targets. We're just gonna like hover around here. So they come to a hover over here and wait for the artillery for the next volley of artillery fire. So bring it to a nice hover and wait. Actually, you know, it doesn't look like that first volley was very effective at all. Woo! Kaboom! Impact. There should be another barrage coming in. I think. Yep. Kaboom. Didn't seem very effective. Those artillery barrages didn't seem very effective. Looks like they took out a tank. Yeah, I don't think those barrages were very effective, my guy. Yeah, Dog, I don't think those artillery barrages were very effective. Oh well, that's what we're here for. Alright. Alright. The barrages are over. Now let's now it's our now we're going into mop up. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna saturate the area with rocket fire. So pro tip for that many of you might not know about the hard points on the AH-94. You can tilt the hard points up and down. Yeah, you can tilt the aim up and down. If you're on the combat collective, if you hold the trigger and then move the stick up and down, it'll tilt the hard points up and down, and you can adjust your aim. Or you can hold down the trigger and click the stick, which will activate autopilot mode, and it will automatically. And it'll basically automatically it'll automatically adjust the pylon tilt to whatever you're aiming at, to whatever you're locked onto. Which, you know, it really helps with really helps with targeting. We're taking fire. Alright. I want to focus. Remember, as you get closer, you want to try to focus fire on the tanks. With you, switch your gun and focus fire on them, because they can shoot back at you with their own machine guns. Okay, we're a bit too close for. We're a bit too close. We're a bit too close for rocket fire right now. So we're gonna switch to guns. Take out the artillery vehicles, and I think there's one more rocket truck over there.
Good work. A few tanks must have broken off from the main group. They've been spotted moving through the valley in our direction. Find them and take them out before they get too close.
Roger. Alright. Enemy vehicles destroyed. So now our objective is to go after an armored column that has broken off from this group. You probably might have spotted them on radar. On radar heading this way, so we're gonna go chase after them. And we're just gonna like blast them with the rest of our rockets. So we're just gonna gain a little bit of altitude, and then we can try to spot them on radar. Alright, contact. There they are. They're popping. They're kind of popping behind terrain. There, got them. Now you want to be careful with this group because there is an IR APC in this group, so you want to be ready to pop flares. As you get closer, you want to be ready to pop flares. Keep an eye and ear out for missile alert for missile launches. Yep, there. Flares out. Good flares, good flares. Not in range yet. Not yet in range. Alright, getting in range. Let's get a little closer first. Because they're also changing directions. Flares out, flares out. Good flares, good flares. Alright. Should be good. Rockets are up. Rockets away. Also, for rockets, I recommend activating ripple mode on your rockets, which you can do in the equip menu. Alright, all rockets away. Looks like that was moderately effective. Looks like. Let's finish them off with our chain gun.
Good. Thanks for the help. Getting back on track, we have the general location of another enemy station. Scout out the next waypoint so we can direct the artillery.
Roger that. Alright. Column destroyed. We are out of rockets. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna set it on hitting select for now. And I'm just gonna jettison the empty rocket launchers. That'll help lighten our weight. All right, so now what we gotta do is we gotta go spot. We gotta go spot the next area for artillery fire. So let's head over there. So the pylon tilt is honestly it's most effective against it's best used with the Hydra rockets and maybe with AGM-27s with the laser guided rockets. And all the other weapons honestly they're not that useful with. It's mainly just the Hydra rockets that are best used with it. We're gonna set our TADs over to the marked waypoint because that's where we gotta look. That's where we gotta look for the targets. And then, so we're gonna fly through this valley for now. We're gonna fly through this valley for now. So that way we should be able to spot the targets from decent range. You want to make sure you're clear of that mountain and that pass over there at 340.
Enemy positions confirmed. Sending the fire order. Watch out for air defenses and don't get too close. We don't want you to become collateral damage. You're clear to engage any remaining targets.
You want to try to tag those targets early so that the artillery has time to send in their salvos, and then they'll free up time for you. Then that way you're not stuck waiting around for the artillery to pound the place. As I was saying, you want to be careful. You want to try to keep clear of that pass at 340 because that's where the Mad 4s are. So we're gonna use this mountain range for cover against those Mad 4s. We want to stick to the north side of these, so the western side of this mountain range, because there's a ridge. There are ridges here that you can use for cover against the Mad 4s, and the Mad 4s over there in that pass at 330. Alright, we're gonna climb over this ridge, and then we're gonna dive down to hide behind another ridge, which should shield our approach to, which will shield our approach towards the target. Should be fine. Be careful. Ooh, geez, that was a little close right there. Diving down. Alright, we're good. Gonna dive down into this ridge now. And you want to be careful you want to be really you should still be careful about Mad 4 missiles that go dumb, because, you know, if they're still on an intercept course for you, you know, that's not great. They can still blast you. They can still really hurt if they manage to hit you. If they manage to hit you while you're if they manage to hit you even after they go dumb. Ask me how I know. I don't know if anyone asked, but yeah, once a dumb Mad 4 missile that had gone dumb actually by some chance managed to hit my tail rotor. Managed to just completely blow off my tail rotor. So yeah. And you know, that's generally not ideal for flying a helicopter. Alright, approaching the target. Let's observe. Diving down for cover. Alright, we're good. Ooh! Ooh! Alright, looks like it's just one thing survived. Wow, the tent. It's just the tent that survived. Huh, cool. So you do want to observe this area, and you want to be careful in case any of the radar or SAMs survive. In case any of the radar-based SAMs survive, because there is a SAW and an SR radar station here, and you want to be careful in case any of those survived. If either of them survived, you just use your ballistas to blast them. Preferably from behind cover. Anyways, just this last supply tent left, so just gonna blast it.
Target's destroyed. We're advancing the bombers to strike the main base, but there's a lot of air defenses further up the valley. We don't have time to wait, so you'll have to disable them ASAP. These are long-range defense systems, so you should be able to get closer than their effective minimum range. Make haste. The bombers are relying on you.
Roger that. So now our final we got one more job, which is to take out those Mad 4s. You might think that's crazy, but and we have to be quick as well, because allied bombers are coming in. Are coming in. So we want to take those out quick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to zoom into their minimum range. Oh, missile launch. Oh, they're launching missiles. All right, we should be close enough. Just target them and fire away. You have to take out both the radars and the launchers. So missiles away. And that's what we're gonna use our ballistas for. So as long as you're within, I think, like 3 miles, you should be safe from the.
Excellent job.
You should be safe.
You were the
So
key to victory
yeah.
today. Go ahead and RTB. We'll take it from here.
So you can just like come over that ridge, come over the ridge, and then you should be within the 3 mile minimum range of the Mad Force. As long as you're within 3 miles of the Mad Force, you're safe. Like, they cannot hit you. They are physically incapable of hitting you within 3 miles. Anyways, and then you just gotta locate the Mad 4s and just quickly fire off your ballistas. You have to take out both the radars and the launchers. which are look. There's 3 of each, and each there are 3 of each in their own cluster, and they're all clumped together. So it should be pretty easy to identify. And yeah. And now our work here is done. So now the allied aircraft are coming in to finish the job. There are 2 AV-42s. Looks like there's 2 AV-42s. They're coming in to mop up the bunkers. There are 2 AV-42s flying overhead. They're coming in to take out the bunkers. They're over there because we can't take out the bunkers. We didn't bring any any bunker busting weapons. So the AV-42s will come in to mop up the bunkers. Meanwhile, Allied bombers. There are some Allied bombers that are coming in. Oh, we're coming in to yep, here's the Allied bombers. They're flying in. Woo, look at them go. I actually thought for the longest time they were actually just coming in to just completely flatten this defensive line. But no, I was wrong. Instead, the bombers will actually be going to those bombers will actually be flying just past flying ahead towards an enemy airbase that's like 20 miles past this defensive line. And the airbase is completely defenseless and has a bunch of supplies dense there. So yeah, the bombers are heading there and will bomb the hell out of the airbase. Unfortunately, it's like nothing too spectacular. I was expecting them to maybe do like a nice carpet bombing run of the airbase. Unfortunately, not. They just kind of like drop one bomb at a time. They just kind of like drop one bomb at a time on each supply tent, instead of like lining up a supply tent and then dropping a whole bunch of bombs to take them all out in one run. Yeah, it's honestly pretty underwhelming. Oh well. Alright, anyways, let's head back to base. Our work here is done. Let's head back to base. But yeah, this mission's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Originally, I tried to be fancy, to peek over the mountains and use my radar to spot, and just use like my radar to spot the Mad Fours without exposing myself. Unfortunately, that just takes too long, and that kind of ends up with your allied, and that tends to end up with your allied aircraft getting shot down by the Mad Fours. So yeah, it's better to just rush the Mad Fours, use cover to get within their minimum range, and then just blast them. So yeah. Anyways, there goes the bombers. Off they go. Alright, we're approaching the farm. Let's start descending and get ready to land. Woo! Hey guys! Hi! land. Gear down. And as usual, we can circle a bit. We can circle to bleed off our speed. Alright. I'm gonna activate hit tracking mode. That does make like the it does make the light it does through your it does make light sources glow have like this big halo around them like we've got astigmatism or something. But yeah, that is one downside to using hit tracking mode. Hit tracking mode on any TGP. It just makes light sources look. Basically, it looks like you have astigmatism. Alright, let's just slowly approach. I'm just gonna slowly approach the helipad and put her down. Easy. Easy. Oh, jeez. Careful, careful. And let's just set her down nice and easy. Move forward a little bit. Oh, jeez. Careful. Let's just shift backwards a little. Alright. That's good. Oh, we're drifting quite a lot. Jeez, careful. Easy. Alright, let's back up a little bit. And we'll reapproach the helipad a bit. We'll try to reapproach the helipad. Another thing with the TADs is not exactly aligned with your point of view, because it's like
Ready to rearm and refuel.
it's like, because you know it depends on because on this aircraft the TAD is mounted on the nose, while you know we're very much not on the nose. So yeah, it doesn't really matter at long distances, but at close distances it absolutely does matter. Anyways, we're nice. We're down. Let's shut her down. Landing could have been a bit better, but it's fine. Alright. Rotor speed is down. That's that rotor brake coming on. Alright. Rotor stopped. And let's get on and like grab some hot chocolate or something, because you know it's cold. It's cold out there. And yeah, with that is going to be it for this
video, and that's gonna be it for the AH-94. So yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time when we come back for the T-55. All right, thanks for coming. Bye.